मराठी पोरी दुनियेला दाखवती मास वाजव तुरे नाचते नाचते आज मराठी.
नमस्कार मंडळी, आज मी तुमच्यासाठी आणलेला आहे एक बुक्स रिलेटेड व्हिडिओ आणि हा थोडा मोठा असणार आहे. दिस इज माय ऑल द बुक्स आय रेड इन 2023 रिकॅप. कन्सिडरिंग की उद्या 31 डिसेंबर आहे, आय शुड प्रॉबली अपलोड दिस व्हिडिओ फास्टर, बट लुक ॲट मी just being crazy. Anyways, I'm just organizing them and I'll be right back. So to start off, मी हा वर्ष खूप छानपणे किक ऑफ केलेला आहे and मी कॉलिन हूवरचे बुक्स रीड केलेले. So it ends with us. ही एक पायरेटेड कॉपी आहे, so the cover looks kind of different. मी हे रस्त्यावर 150 साठी घेतली आहे. I honestly think they should sell copies of books that are like this that are much cheaper, because if you're discouraging piracy, tell me what the first reason of why pirated copies are actually going or are selling. It's because the original copies खूप overpriced असतात. And I'm going to tell you something honestly. Out of country गोष्टींना त्यांनी price हे करून टाकलं पाहिजे. Like the equivalent in that currency, that's what it should be. Like if the book is $16, then keep the don't convert the price into it directly into Indian currency. कारण की जर त्याला convert केलं तर त्याचं inflation price जास्त होतं, because $1 is 75 rupees. So that means that one book can easily reach to $7.99. I just think that's my opinion, but let's get on with the book before the video gets too long, because मला माहिती आहे मला हे 2 parts मध्ये करावं लागणार आहे. Anyways, this book, traumatic. हे bad नाही आहे, okay. To all the people saying की Colleen Hoover is like promoting abusive relationships, ती एक रायटर आहे जी तिचे पर्सनल इमोशन्स एका बुकमध्ये ॲड करायली. क्लिअरली इन एक्नॉलेजमेंट्स लिहिलेलं आहे की ती हे पूर्ण फेस केलेलं आहे तिने स्वतः, and म्हणून ती हे बुक लिहिते. So this book is honestly good. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. This is a 4-star read. See, it's not even like worthy of 5 stars, but it's also not worthy of 2 stars or 3 stars. It's right in the middle. So honestly, don't do anything to this book. Just read it. The second book is much more likable. So I'm gonna tell you something. Read this book. If you don't like it, just skip straight ahead to the second book. So I'm not going to be able to talk about It Starts With Us, कारण की ती बुक मी माझ्या फ्रेंडला लोन केलेली आहे currently. She has not returned it to me yet. So the next book I read in the year was Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, I don't know. But this book is probably the thickest book I've read so far. But he book छान है, okay? He छान है honestly. This book is worth checking out if you like books that are kind of easy going, quick, not slow burns. If you like the enemies to lovers trope, this is very much for you. And if you like strangers to lovers, this is very much for you. Honestly though, I wouldn't touch that trope. I would touch this trope. And this has recently been adapted into a movie. So if you're not a reader, you can obviously go check out the movie. And मला एक न्यूज भेटलेली आहे की It Ends With Us ची पण मूवी बनवली, and apparently Blake Lively is playing the role of Lily, which I can't find her playing because Lily is a redhead and Blake Lively is a blonde, which obviously states the facts. But there were like pictures in that shot. I don't know if it's true or not. There were pictures, and in those pictures, they were showing her clearly very traumatized. Like she was herself traumatized from shooting, meaning what traumatic experiences has Colleen Hoover had. This book, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars. It's definitely not one of my 5-star reads of the year. Like I didn't love it so much that I'm willing to reread it, but it's not as bad as It Ends With Us. So all my ratings are gonna be like 4.4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 because I never hate books. Oh, but this book has me left with mixed emotions. This book, I will never reach out again. But I'm also a collector, so I can't give it away. November 9 is not that good. I'm gonna give this a 2.5. Me hella 2 stars denar. 2 stars. I have mixed emotions about this. Like after going through all that trauma, who's going to date the same person? This girl, Fallon, she makes me so angry. And Ben even angrier. They write a novel together. I thought I would like it. But Ben turns out he loves to burn his lovers. He burnt her and he left her scarred forever. This book has me angry. Mixed emotions because I feel angry and confused. Man, this book. The next book should keep you cheery because it's a series. It's the Samurai Turned Pretty series. My best friend, Vaishnavi, shout out. She loves this series. She's all for the story. And I'm gonna be honest, मी हे series पाहिल्यानंतर वाचलेत. And I know it kind of ruins it, but honestly speaking, I like the second book way better than the third book. And I haven't even completely read the first book because I'm like, what's the point when I already know what happened in the book? But it's pretty good, honestly speaking. Like the second book, I feel like the show took. Hold on. This came out. That's a bookmark I made. Cute. I probably should take out all the bookmarks I ever kept in books because I feel like I never take them out. Okay, so I hate the fact that the books are different sizes. It's probably because, again, these are pirated copies. But this is a different edition of the book because this has a real person. And these two books don't. So, by the way, it's a cute cover though. The second edition is cute. The first edition is also cute. This girl literally looks like Lola Town. The person who played Belly in the series, that's exactly who she looks like. So, I guess Jenny Han did a great job finding the person. But he books honestly channel, so if you're new to reading, you can obviously read these. Like if you're not exactly new, but like you've read some books for school and you maybe enjoyed one or two, you can definitely enjoy the series if you want to. The whole series, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. This second book, It's Not Summer Without You, I will rate 5 stars. This is a 3, and this is a, I don't know because I didn't read it entirely. Now next is everyone's currently favorite author, Emily Henry. Like, Emily, what are you doing? What magic potions are you putting in your books? But this is not the first book I read. I did it totally wrong. I read them in order of whatever I wanted. So I read Book Lovers first, then I read People We Meet on Vacation. And this came out before this, but they're not like a total series. They all have different stories. They're like in the closer genre. They're like summer love stories, exactly how the Summer I Turned Pretty series is. So let me talk about this. This is a 4 stars rating. It's about Nora and Charlie. Charlie is an editor and he's really good at his job. And Nora is a literary agent who hates Charlie. It's the enemies to lovers trope again. And if you were to talk about the Summer I Turned Pretty books, it's a love triangle. The whole 3 books she wrote about it. Guys, when the 3rd season of the Summer I Turned Pretty comes out, y'all are gonna be so shocked. And us readers, we already know and yet we still watch it. Because sometimes I feel like it helps to have a visual aid rather than a reading aid, because sometimes books don't always help you. Well, this book, in the end, it turns out to be really shocking because in the end, Nora changes her career because of Charlie, because that's what she dreamt of, and she kept it deep down. She goes on a vacation with her pregnant sister to help her. Turns out, her younger sister, which by the way, and in this book, they've explained Nora as the girl who always dates the guys that dump her later for, you know, those small town romances books. So I think this is a fun book. I honestly would recommend this to someone who's a total beginner at reading. 4 stars. Emily Henry does a great job at writing. I honestly think her writing is really, really vivid. Like, I still have 2 books to finish this year. I'm looking at my collection right now. I haven't even finished one book that I'm about to show you. I'm not even going to read. Next book is People We Meet on Vacation, which is a 5-star read. मला ही खूप आवडली. Like a lot. I'm willing to reread it, but I don't have the time. I have to finish the books I bought. If I want to buy other books, I have to finish these books, sadly. Anyways, it's about Poppy and Alex, who are best friends, so it's a best friends still lovers trope, and they always go on vacations together since college. They met in college, by the way, which I think is not a lot common in best friends still lovers, like romance genre, because most of the time they सगळे नेहमी either high school मध्ये भेटलेले असतात, middle school, like in school. Nobody has ever met in college, right? And these guys are best friends, and then something happens a few summers ago, like they have a huge fight, and then they don't talk for one whole summer, and then Poppy is like a travel blogger as her job, so she gets paid to go on these trips, and she always takes Alex with her. So this one last trip before quitting her job, she's like, "You want to go with me? Can आपण जाऊ शकतो का?" And so this book basically revolves around Poppy and Alex's best friends still love trope. I'm not going to explain the books a lot. Karan ki जर explain केला पूर्णपणे, what's the point of reading? And then this book, I finished it recently. Recently means 10 days ago, amidst a wedding. Me train ride मध्ये होते, and I had to finish this book. I brought 2 books along, this book and another book with me, because त्या train मध्ये मला 16 hours बसायचं होतं, and I from morning, not even like मी झोपेल त्या 16 hours मध्ये, morning ते night पर्यंत, we reached to our destination at 3 o'clock in midnight. So I finished this book on the first ride over, and when we came back, I started the other book. So Happy Place is the book I'm talking about. It's the recent Emily Henry book, जे तिने याच वर्षी release केलंय. There's only one book I've yet to read of Emily Henry, and that's Beach Read, which I'm going to read. I'm going to buy it next year. That's my goal. That's my vision board for 2024. Anyways, it's basically about Harriet and Win, who, let me read what's written here. It's written, Harriet and Win are the perfect couple. They go together like bread and butter, gin and tonic, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So you know they're the perfect couple. 1 second. I'm so sorry. Continuing. So they even get engaged. That's how much you know they like each other. They're part of the same friend group where everyone is dating each other. Like all of them, they're dating one guy, except for one girl who dates another girl, obviously. पण ही बुक बेसिकली ह्याच्याबद्दल रिव्हॉल्व करते की त्यांना प्रिटेंड करायचं त्यांच्या फ्रेंड्ससमोर की त्यांनी ब्रेकअप नाही केलं, कारण की त्यांना माहिती आहे की त्यांचा फ्रेंड ग्रुप पूर्णपणे ऑकवर्ड होणार आहे जर ते लाईक ब्रेकअपच्यामुळे इमोशन्स अँड ऑल दॅट. So he agrees to like pretend in front of Harriet, and Harriet's totally not okay with the plan first, but later on she's okay with it. So it's about them fake dating. In the book, it's written here, it's like, but how can you pretend to be in love and get away with it in front of the people who know you best? So along the way, they fall in love again, they get together again, and they live a happy life. I'm honestly gonna say this, the ending is really fuzzy in my brain. Like, I can't remember what the ending was. Oh, yeah, I just looked back. I got the ending. She moves back with him because the job she wanted to do, because of her parents, which was a neurosurgeon, which she already was on the last year of, she was like, I actually want to do pottery, which she had taken up while she and Win were on the breakup, to like express her emotions in some way, you know? So she takes up pottery, and Win and Harriet move back to Montana, and they live there as an engaged couple with Win's family, because Harriet knows that Win does not want to leave his family because his father had recently died, so he needs to help his mother. I'm sorry, I'm just like itching everywhere this whole video. But this book is a 4-star read. Honestly, all Emily Henry books are good enough to read. You can read her books and you'll be just fine. Now the book that I'm recently reading, or well, मी सध्या वाचायले, is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. By the way, Lauren Asher is a genius. तिने दर bookमध्ये playlist ठेवल्यात so that you can listen and read. But there's been a problem. I think she printed the second book's barcode into the first book, because I tried to scan it and it took me to terms and conditions playlist. I had to search for the Fine Print official playlist to play it, but obviously I did not, because I can't do 2 things at a time. Okay, one thing I love about her is that she kept her first pages of like every chapter like this, in black, and like the roller coaster thing. It's about Rowan and Zara, and let me tell you, this book is a full-on K-drama. I've even annotated it. I know I've written it with like blue pen because that's the only pen I had at the time. But it says, to the girls who dream of meeting a prince but end up falling for the misunderstood villain. And I've written here, oh my god, strong girl Namsoon vibes. Even though I haven't seen that K-drama, I've seen so many clips of it that convinced me to not watch it, because they gave more chemistry for Namsoon and the villain rather than the main lead. And there's like so many more clips with just the villain in her rather than the main lead in her. So I've done this. I've literally started. But this book so far, as I'm reading it, is feeling like a total K-drama. Like a total K-drama. So far, I can rate it as a 4.5 stars. It's pretty good so far. And I'm going through the book pretty quickly. I only have this much left. Yeah, that's about it. This is the last book. Well, let me read what's written behind so y'all can get a good idea. There's like 2 sections. One is Rowan and one is Zara, so I'm going to read the Rowan first. I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, production companies, 5-star hotels, theme parks. Everything can be mine if I renovate Dreamland. Dreamland is like the equivalent of Disneyland in this book. Hiring Zara was a great plan until I fell for her. By the time I realized where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings, not when we're destined to ruin them. See, I told you, it's total K-drama. And Zara, after submitting a drunk proposal criticizing Dreamland's most expensive ride, I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane offered me a dream job. The catch, I had to work for the most difficult boss I'd ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care, at least not until I discovered his secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. So this is an office romance. This is a great book, guys. Although the cover could throw you off, because when you see this, do you think this is a romance novel? No, you don't. You think this is a fantasy novel about like a princess. But that's not what it is. And recently, just a couple books in, I've started highlighting all the stuff that I want to. Let me just read what I've highlighted so far. Just 1 or 2 lines. And okay, this is probably spoilers, so spoiler alert. I'm somewhat jealous of Declan, since people typically talk to me first, mistaking me as the nicest child because I happen to be the youngest. I might have been born last, but I most certainly wasn't born yesterday. This just easily says that always the youngest isn't always the one who you can always approach first. Oh my god, there was so many always. And another one is like, it's a quote. It's a literal quote. It's like, love may come and go, but hate lasts forever. Which I honestly think is true, Rowan. It's true. And in this, they've showed Zara as like the skater girl, the artist girl, the imaginative girl, and Rowan as the like crisp and clean and, you know, wearing tailored jackets because I'm rich type of person. But in this book, I had a really big problem, and that was the book has a few pages. Like after page number 32, there's 25, and after 26, 27, 28, and remind you, all this is after page number 32. The book directly jumps from page number 28 to 37. I'm missing a couple of pages. And then as I go along, all these pages suddenly reappear. But still, some pages are missing. Well, one thing that I've also highlighted is, hold on, I haven't highlighted in a while. The pages that were missing, I didn't highlight anything in those pages because I was like, I can't even understand. But then I understood later on. Oh, here's another quote. It's like, if you don't believe in yourself, no one will. Which I think is kind of inspiring. So guys, that was my 2023 book wrapped, and I hope you enjoyed 2023. Namaskar and Happy New Year. Bye.